Hey, good people. It's Jamie. It is day 8, and today, day 8 of the Purpose Path series or Path to Purpose series is cultivating your circle. So, I touched on this a little bit. It kind of overlaps with some things that we've already talked about, but we'll get into it. I'll give a couple of minutes, see if anybody hops on, and then we'll get going. Actually, you can catch the replay. So, cultivating your circle. And let me just make sure this is all right. So, cultivating your circle. Quick recap. We are at day 8. So, we have already gone through day 1 through 7. And if you have not caught it, definitely catch up via YouTube or IGTV. So, we've talked about embracing your story. We talked about establishing your core values. Talked about identifying your gifts, pursuing your purpose, shifting your mindset. Then we talked about courageous confidence. And then yesterday was setting boundaries. And then today, hey, Coach Tarby. And then today is 8, cultivating your circle. So like I said, it does overlap with some of the others, and you'll see how in a minute. So when I say circle, so many circles that we have our family, we have our girlfriends, right, our tribe, our sister friends, co-workers, social media, although not a person, right, that's somewhere that we spend a lot of time. A lot of circles. So the importance of that, if you've ever been, and this goes back to actually a post, not a topic, but it was happiness that I shared on Sunday, I believe. Check that one out. Happiness equals unbothered, right? So it goes back to our energy, maintaining our peace, right? That's one of the benefits to cultivating your circle. So what I want to start with is what a positive circle or what a healthy circle might look like. Some things that you may attribute to that circle, like encouragement, support, community. Hey, how you doing, patients? Thank you for joining. So encouragement, support, community, respect, right? We want from our circle, trust, some qualities, and reciprocity. That's important to some people, right? You don't want to just be the giver or just the receiver. You want some reciprocity there. You want your circle to be able to celebrate you, right? To challenge you. So you get it, right? Lots of qualities, lots of things that we can look for in a circle, and it may depending on that circle. So the importance of that and how it ties to, and why I included it in your path to purpose, is because of the influence it plays. And a lot of people want to say, right, I've been there one myself, but now I understand the beauty in community, right? I have my own mind and nobody can tell me what to do and nobody can influence me. But not true, maybe for the most part, but there is an aspect of us all that can be influenced, or just that transfer of energy, which is why we have to be so mindful, and why it would benefit us to, hey, thanks for joining, why it would benefit us to cultivate our circle. If you've ever been, maybe you've been in a blah mood, right? And your girlfriend's like, come on, just go with me to this thing. And you walk in, didn't want to go, felt like kind of like, okay, I'll push myself, go to support my friend, right? We said support was one of those things. But then you get there, spirits are high, energy's good, and you're like, oh, this is great, right? A boost, you get a boost, you're lifted, you had a good time flies by, boom. Or on the opposite, right? So now that situation, that environment, right, that has influenced you. You've absorbed that energy in the room. At the same time, you can be all hyped to go somewhere, you're excited, you're there, and then you find out, you get there and there's like a negative energy in the room, whether you overhear a conversation or something, and you're like, you know what, right, wrong vibe, I don't want to stay. That's just 2 examples, but my point being that what goes on around us can absolutely influence us, especially now, like today, right? Something happened today, could definitely influence the energy in a space. So that's the point in cultivating your circle, right? that we can be influenced by the things around us. Maybe not in totality, but in some vein. So protect your peace and your energy. And the importance of that is to cultivate your circle. So what that might look like for family, it may take some courageous conversations, right? Maybe there's some history there. Maybe there's some old beliefs from grandma and them that don't serve you well now. And those may be some conversations you have to have that, okay, you're going to go about things a little different than the family does, right? Because you want to serve yourself better, which ties to boundaries that we talked to yesterday, and just knowing and pursuing your purpose. It may be a sister friend that you're there for. You're constantly giving. I had this come up with one of my clients, where she just feels like she's not getting the reciprocity that she wants, right? Because that's a boundary, and that's a core value that's important to her in her relationships, that it's reciprocated. So she feels like she's being taken advantage of almost at this point, because she's the giver and not getting that same in return. So like the worksheet that you're gonna that's link in the bio, that will be there for cultivating your circle, will help you to assess that. Ask yourself some questions and reflect, what do you need from your circle, and then what do you have to offer in that spirit of reciprocity, your circle. I brought up social media before, right? Hello, hey. Because as I talked about, it's not always people that influence us, but it can be your Facebook feed. It could be your Instagram feed, right? That we have to set those boundaries for ourselves and be mindful of what we're consuming, because it can influence us. Me personally, I don't do a lot of news. I don't do a lot of, what's the word? Like graphic the videos and stuff. I'm not watching because I won't sleep well. It'll stress me. It'll make me worrisome. Like being a mother of 3 sons, some things are just hard to watch. Not that I have my head in the sand, but I definitely monitor what I consume, because I know how it will influence my peace and my energy. So in cultivating your circle, you want to be mindful of the people that you keep around you. You want people that are going to support you, right? You want people that are going to lift you up and at the same time challenge you. I'm throwing things out there that yes, you agree. Yes. And that may be different for some people. Are like, I need more of this, out of my relationships or my circle. It varies. So that's what the worksheet will kind of help you assess where you are, the things you want, and then some questions. I get it. Absolutely. Yes, it is absolutely important. So that's why I wanted to include that in your path to purpose and then pursuing your purpose, because that's an important part. If you have your dream and you're all hyped, right? I'm trying this new thing. And then you don't have the circle around. Your circle is kind of like, oh, like, girl, what you want to go and do that for? Or, well, what about this? They want to, play devil's advocate and point out every negative thing that can happen about this choice that you have. You need somebody that's going to say, okay, respect your decision, right? And say, I got you. If you need anything, right? Not that we don't need that advice that will say, well, have you considered? But y'all feel me. Y'all know what I mean. You got some people that just don't want you to win, to be honest. And we need to be able to cultivate. Cultivate means to grow. We need to be able to assess, and it changes. Yes, a strong circle is absolutely important, Coach Tara. It changes our needs. It changes as we grow and become and evolve. So it's fine. Like maybe back at a certain time, you didn't need kind of carefree. You didn't need certain things, and then as you get older, it's like certain things, it shifts, right? Certain things have more weight than others. So that's what we should just often assess, be mindful. How is our circle of influence influencing us, right? And then make those necessary adjustments so that we know we're serving ourselves and the people around us in those circles well. So cut where you need to cut, block where you need to cut, block, unfollow where you need to unfollow, and make those adjustments. And definitely have those, going back to courageous confidence we talked about, have those courageous conversations where necessary. Sometimes it's the people closest to us, and those are hard conversations to have. So just a reminder, just a reminder to start those conversations with intent, right? With the intent and how it's going to benefit, how the good in this intent of whether it's cutting loose or whatever, and then own that you need to do it for you. Thank you for joining. So I know I talk fast. I do try to keep these videos short so that people aren't discouraged to watch the replay, because I think it's very important information. I wanted to reach as many people as possible. But before I go, and thank you everybody that hopped on for joining. As always, I'm very grateful, and I do not take for granted your time that you've taken to share with me. So I thank you for sharing this space. Any questions before I go? Specific to cultivating your circle. Again, there is a free download. It's a 24-hour download. Since we're on day 8, I will be replacing it with day 9 tomorrow about this time. But if no questions for me, let me just encourage you to definitely assess, download the free worksheet, assess, answer those questions, kind of what you want. Take that time to reflect, right? What do I need from my circles right now? And what am I giving? Because you don't want to be that person that's always take, right? What do you have to offer so that it's a community, it's a reciprocity, and that you guys can serve each other in whatever capacity you're able. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Your heart is beautiful and your energy is inspiring. To God be the glory. So thank you for that. I am here to motivate, encourage, and inspire. So if no questions, again, I thank you for joining me and sharing this space. Make sure you go to the link in the bio, download the worksheet, and join me back for tomorrow, day 9. Day 9, we will actually kind of be, as we come to a close, it will actually be just flat out. We did pursuing your purpose, so now this is planning your purpose out. So we'll be talking about planning your purpose tomorrow, which will be some fun goal settings and all that good stuff. So thank you, Coach Tara B. All right, so smile often, laugh hard, love more, and live your life with purpose. Bye.